Well, howdy doodly neighborinos, and we're back with Orwell. Ignorance is strength. Uh, I don't know why I'm playing this game, because I don't like it. But it's that kind of don't like where I enjoy it, if that makes any sense. And I get to do a lot of voices and sound like an idiot, which is always a fun time. So, there's always that. That's good, right? Also, let me know if the sound is coming through both ears, because last time it was only coming through the left because my mixer confuses me. But I think I fixed it. Alright. Where is this game? I get confused when things are in the Twitch launcher. Where? There it is. Awesome, thank you. Also, let me know if I get too loud at any point and it buzzes, because I had to turn the audio, the gain up much more than I do in Discord to get it to, and put it like right on my face to get it to be like a normal volume for the stream. So, just let me know. Sometimes I get loud. Why is this taking so long? Good lord. Not like it's a complicated game. And not gonna talk to me today? Okay. What are my goals? Find out what Rabanvart is up to. Okay. Thanks. Headlines. Investigators avert catastrophe at the Circle Mall. April 15th, 2017. Third bombing in Bonton Mall averted due to investigative success. Delacroix gives confirmation of efforts. Bonton. Once again, Bonton has become the center of attention due to a terrorist assault, except this time it has emerged unscathed. Due to the efforts of the Special Investigation Unit, the last in a series of 3 previously announced bombings has been averted. The proposed scene of the crime was the Circle Mall in the center of Bonton, which was locked down and secured by police forces yesterday evening, right after the investigation team managed to correctly estimate what location the terrorists were aiming at. Catherine Delacroix, Secretary of Security, gave a short conference to representatives of the press in which she stated the successful prevention of the bombing attempt to be proof for surveillance and investigative measures to be functional. The search for the perpetrators of these nefarious acts of crime would now be the top priority for the investigators, who have substantial leads. Boys. Alright, this is... War is inevitable. Alright, now I'm just gonna prepare you, if you weren't here yesterday, for this terrible Russian accent. And no, I did not decide to give this man a Russian accent. They put voice acting in for the telephone calls in the sequel. There were no voice no voice acting in the first one. I just made up everyone's voices and it was a fucking riot. But they have stuck me with this man having a Russian accent. So, here we go. I may have lost this battle, but the war is not over. We will fight back against the traitors Cassart and Blaine, who own this manipulative government apparatus designed to keep us under control. The government of the nation have dragged my family into this conflict, and I will not let them get away with this. I'm still here, and so is the people's voice, and we are loud. We have a strong group of supporters who are loyal and will help us get back on track. Know thyself, know thy enemy. We will fight back with a completely new people's voice, resonating a kind of strength never seen before. I hereby declare war on the government of the nation, who are trying to enslave their own people by manipulating the media. Down with the government, down with Cassart and Blaine. War? Can you believe it? Who does this prick think he is? Agent, this has to end today. Vart will no longer undermine the peace in neither parties nor the nation. If it's war he wants, we can accommodate him. We don't have our own arsenal, the likes of which we have our own arsenal, the likes of which Vart doesn't dare to dream about. When Orwell was created, the office requested a number of additional features beyond the day-to-day tasks of investigators. Some top-level government members objected. They had the obnoxious idea to integrate an ethical codex into Orwell, limiting its capabilities. Naturally, this would not do for us. We are the nation's wardens, and we won't be restricted by some arbitrary set of rules. So we found a way, as we always do, to develop a branch of the Orwell project, the very piece of software you're using right now. Time to make use of its full potential. Okay. Was there another headline? The national opinion. Oh, it's Harrison! I forgot about him. I gave him an obnoxious 1970s, Austin Powers sort of British accent that I don't know if I can do again. Hold on, I'm gonna mutter to myself for a second. Alright, so let's get something abundantly clear to begin with. I feel bad. I feel like a fucking moron, and rightly so. In last week's article, I blabbered about how some bombs would soon go off in Monton or Fairview, that time just to advertise my point of view. I'm truly sorry for everyone involved or affected by those terrible events. It never was my intention to ridicule or trivialize the attacks in Monton. Well, if you've not been living under a rock, and a massive boulder at that, for the last couple of days, you absolutely must have heard that is pretty much exactly what went down. It's far beyond, I hate to say it, but I told you so. Thanks to the efforts of our government and the safety bill, the latest attempt has now been prevented. Finally, a kick in the terrorist butts. Naturally, there are still tons of critical questions. How the hell is this possible to begin with when we have all the CCTV and new safety regulations out there? Why spend so much money for mechanisms that don't protect lives as they should? Why is there still no real suspect in sight, not even to mention in custody? These questions neglect one fact, though. People killing asswipes are among us. They are our neighbours. They're like you. They're like me, mind you. They're most certainly not like me. It's tough for cameras or other automated safety systems to recognize a criminal or terrorist before he actually commits a crime. They cannot look into houses, and certainly, thankfully, cannot look into the soul of the passerby. We, the people of our great nation, must grow ever more vigilant. We ourselves must stand up for safety alongside of high-tech security mechanisms, and those can only work in addition to our own perception. Let's not get intimidated and not back down to some shitheads thinking they can spoil our way of life. Report suspicious things going on as soon as you learn about them. It's our duty to the community, but mostly yourself. Loose lips can also sink terrorist ships, figuratively speaking. What is the third one? I don't care about this. That's kind of funny. Anyway. Administration log, the people's voice. Aw. Alright, that's fine. Do that. Just him now, all alone. Could it be that our actions caused a bit of trouble among the ranks of the people's voice? Good. I want to get to the new influencer thing. Alright. Raban, things are getting out of hand with the people's voice. All of these personal insults against you flying around on Blabber and your spiteful articles. We're long past the point of no return. We're no longer a group of journalists with thoughtful and considered rhetoric. Instead, the site has become a mouthpiece for an egocentric maniac who declares war against governments. I will not put up with this anymore. I quit, says Daniel Buchanan. You are such a coward. You always have been. Now that we finally see our influence growing, that our voice is being heard, that change is in the air, you just run off and quit? I should have known that when you signed on that, you weren't built to stand this heat. It's another bag of air that chickens out whenever things start to get really interesting. Seriously, Raban? Insulting our staff? What kind of leader are you? What kind of journalist are you? You have long stopped uncovering the so-called truth. You have turned into a liar and a puppeteer yourself. You are no better than Cassat or Blaine or the others that keep criticizing. Count me out, I'm done. We will not put up with this. Grow a backbone, you cowards, don't worry. I'll take away your contributor status. I don't need you anyway. If you're not willing to go all the way with me, you are against me. You have been in my way for far too long already. Okay. Behold the influencer, the centerpiece of our very own version of Orwell. Not even the government has a clue this thing exists. We can spread a story through social media channels efficiently and thoroughly, and I am putting you in charge of it. First, we need the thesis, a key statement which Raban made in his latest article. Okay. Government dragging his family into conflict. They should have clearly opposed Raban's action. Nothing would have happened. Well, we will counteract this claim accordingly. Let me set that in the influencer. Here we go. Here's how this works. We can't simply make up and randomly spread stuff. Instead, I need you to get me palpable information which can be used to counter Raban's statement. From pairs of data chunks that create a certain context together, I can construct a narrative which can then be spread in the influencer. So find me data chunks to construct a narrative from. With a thesis set in the influencer, new data chunks may be discovered in old documents or call transcripts. Take a look around. Okay. Raban Vard is becoming more and more paranoid. He senses conspiracy and danger anywhere serves him right. We may be able to use this knowledge to our advantage if we find the right context to put it in. What's new here? Oh. Thank you. Okay. Raban is becoming more and more unhinged, sensing trail around every corner. Yes, we can use that. Not enough on its own. We need a good context to put this into. Gannon Levine Vart, 14th. She's been arrested. No? Okay. Raban truly had some remarkable timing with his call to Karen. The wrong room in the wrong place might turn out to be a windfall for us. He sees his wife as a danger to his work, and then, boom, bomb almost kills her. One could draw conclusions from that. Why not help people a bit with it? What do you think of this? Agent, the first narrative is ready to be spread through the influencer. To do so, drag it to the slot in the influencer window and confirm. Using the influencer is extensive and takes about an hour of time to complete. We'll only get very limited chances of spreading narratives today. Make sure they count. However, I should probably warn you. What's out there is out there forever, and information can be a most devastating weapon. Now, you do the honors. Or whatever. Did Raban Vart sell his wife Karen to the cops to get rid of her? Leaked chat protocol shows he had seen her as a threat to his work. But I don't get to... Herman Eliasov. Why were you on the phone with your wife when she was at the Circle Mall, Raban? Please don't tell me you're responsible for these bombings. No way. I do not have to answer to you, but I shall tell you this much. I have nothing to do with these bombings. You might want to point your finger at a certain corrupt government. First information spread by your command alone. It's a beautiful thing, the destruction of truth, isn't it? I believe we pulled the right strings there. People have swallowed the bait, as you can see on Blabber. We had some good impact on his listener count. I have no doubt Raban won't let go easily. I wouldn't be surprised to see an appropriate response from him soon. Perhaps you can find out what he's up to before he's actually publishing it, so we can prepare our next narrative beforehand. Destroy the media monsters. We will always fight back. In the dark caves of the Disinformation Network they lurk, out to get any innocent victims standing in their way. As from now, I shall call them media monsters. I actually took a class in college called Media Monsters, so that's fun. Government apparatus designed to control our minds. These awful creatures, who cannot be considered human, are again trying to damage my family members in order to get to me. They cannot tear us apart. Family is loyal to him? Oh, please. I wonder if Raban believes himself what he writes there. In any case, let's see if we can shake up that feeling of loyalty a bit and prove Raban wrong, for himself and for the public. Agent, get me a pair of data chunks from which I can construct narratives that we can spread. Pay attention that anything we might use to put Ilya or Karen's loyalty to him in doubt. I think those are all the same. Cash? No? What? What's new? Ah.
Brother, I can't believe they arrested Karen. I'm not sure what to make of it. What was she doing there at the mall? Today, in the middle of a police raid? Claims of misappropriating funds? That all sounds like total bullshit. I'm just trying to understand. Do you know anything?
This is not a good time.
It's okay. I understand. Sorry.
No, I don't think you understand at all. My wife has been abducted by ruthless government forces to get me and break me. Yet here we are, feign concern and immediately question what I know. Why? Ah, I see. You must have read it too. That I called her right before the incident.
Raban.
It is true. I called moments before. What does that mean to you, dear brother? She was there against my advice, to track down this impertinent army woman. Karen wouldn't listen. She just pressed on and ignored me. She suffered the consequences because of it.
How can you say that? She suffered the consequences of not listening to you, her wise and all-knowing husband.
What did you say?
How dare she defy the great Raban Vart? She was there, helping her patient, and you have no compassion. You are more concerned about being...
How do you dare say that? She is my wife.
Well, how dare you try to blame her for getting mixed up in all of this?
You insolent pest.
You have done nothing but snub me ever since we left the encampment. I've had it with this crap. For the record, if you hadn't kicked me out of TPV, I'd quit.
Go then, finally. You never cared for our cause anyway.
else is there before I do that? Damn. We'll pull those data chunks in a minute. I'm just curious. Where's the conflict? That's what I want to know. Okay. Talking about lunch. And they could have a beautiful wedding ceremony at Bonton City Park. I don't think this helps them at all, so I'm gonna put the data chunk in because I like to be contrary. Very picturesque. Maybe you can find a photo somewhere. How would that, like, help? Bonton City Park. Where is her, she has somewhere, like a photo thing. I don't know where it is. Friends album. Interesting. Residency is granted upon marriage to a citizen for the spouse as well as family members. Questionable thing if you ask me, especially if the circumstances of that marriage were to appear shady. Still haven't seen the conflict with the I love you. What else is here? Ah, she want to move. Okay. This is talking about Ilya. Okay. Interesting. I'm trying to get as much, oh, that's awkward. Data as I can before I, Sandra? I just want as much data as I can before I, click one. Uncle Simos. And what was it on that one? Karen? I thought for sure we already had her phone number. What have we missed in this? That we haven't, like, actually seen. Oh. And that's for bonds. Interesting. Inclusive, and then got better, but she still wants to keep him under close observation. awfully caring of her. Or maybe not. This could be useful to make Raban doubt Karen's motivation marrying him, but we need the right context first. Yeah. Cassandra Watergate was in the last game. One of the main ones. Pretty sure I gave her a terrible Valley Girl voice. Wants to get away from his brother. Not surprising with a brother like that. I would like to make something of this, but we need a little extra to dramatize the story more. Well, if you'd let me frickin' put that his phone background is Karen, this would be a lot easier. But I can't. Let's see. What does this conflict with? See, that's I want to find where the conflicts are before I finish. What the? Fine. Perhaps past transgression of some kind we don't yet know about. No wonder that Ilya dreamed of leaving. Let's make something out of that. Give me a moment. I now possess one narrative we could potentially spread. However, we can only hit Raban after he publishes his next article. We need to bide our time for the moment. He's had time to dig for more narratives. Give me everything that could be of use. Yeah. Interesting. I want to find the conflicts. I'm sure this can be changed. Wow. Headlines. It's new. Blaine cancels meeting for surprise visit in Triflith. On Saturday morning, Prime Minister Blaine made a surprise shift of priorities. Originally scheduled for a crisis meeting with Secretary of Security Catherine Delacroix in regards to the recent Bonton terror assaults, the Prime Minister instead made plans to mediate in the more than troubled negotiations with President Gassart and the opposition. The original crisis meeting was removed from the official party website, and Blaine took a National Air Force flight straight to Triflith, the capital of Parges. As a government spokesperson said, the Prime Minister has landed at Triflith International Airport about an hour ago and was promptly welcomed by President Gassart with military honors. This alone gave the opposition enough reason to once again question the impartiality of the Prime Minister and announce that Blaine would not be accepted as a proper mediator. Alright, so we're gonna have to do what we can with this. Let's see. I hate when it has the conflict, and I don't want to put things in if I can't find the other conflict. That makes sense. This is Raban, right? Get happy in 2012. Raban got better all of a sudden. Something important must have happened at that time. I guess we could just go and throw that on there too. Fine, fuck it. Not conflicted with anything, so we'll do it. Considering the trauma he endured when his school got bombed, this comes as no surprise. Okay, now we have something new. Article discussion Arrival back in 2011. Ah, I knew you liked our therapist. You know, I also look forward to those sessions with Karen every week. Lucky you, the way she talks about you. She seems to fancy you. She always treats me as a child. You stop it. Our situation in this camp is terrible and we are being treated like animals. Yet all you can talk about is your dumb crush on a therapist. Karen fancies me. She doesn't like me one bit. Doesn't like you one bit. It's her job to be nice and gets paid for it. So snap out of your daydreams finally, will you? You realize we have no way to get out of this shithole and live normal life anytime soon? We might rot here for years. We can't go back to Prava, but I also cannot stand this godforsaken camp much longer. It makes me sick to even think about it. We have to find a way to escape the refugee camp at any cost. Raban, I know the situation right now is bleak, and you have been through a lot, but there are brighter times ahead. We might be here for a while, you're right, but we can try and make the best of it. I mean, it's not like people here are completely cruel. I'm sure we'll be allowed to leave the camp someday and live a normal life again. As for Karen, well, if you're not interested, mind if I take a shot? Maybe I just need to prove to her I'm not a child. I sometimes wish I could share your naive optimism, brother. Okay. Show conflict. Right. Oh, shit. Anyway, it does not. Okay. Get out at any cost. Does the fact that Raban was able to leave the camp through marrying Karen scream sham marriage for you? Well, soon it might just do that for everyone else, too. Okay, that's an option. But I'm just gonna fuck it up by putting it here that she loves him. Just to make this confusing. That's too sweet. Bonvard published this article. We can strike now. Remember, you're still able to dig for more narrative, so you may want to do that before you spread anything. As soon as you're ready, spread the narrative that seems most promising to you, the influencer. We only get one chance here. The media monsters have no chance against us. In the dark caves of the Indus Information Network they lurk, out to get any innocent victim standing in their way. As from now, I shall call them media monsters. A government apparatus designed to control our minds. These awful creatures who cannot be considered human are again trying to damage my family members in order to get to me. I am heartbroken about what happened to my wife at the Circle Mall, yet they claim I sent her there. I was to blame. The only reason why she was involved in this was because she was too committed to caring for one of her patients who was working there. Yes, it is true that she was talking to me on the phone while this horrific bomb went off, but all I was trying to do was to talk her out of seeing her patient and get her back home. I know one thing for sure. While I am let into stress fearing for my wife's life, that cannot and will not tear us apart. My family members will remain loyal to me as they have always been. Whatever. I'll do this one. I don't care. I really don't. So your brother wants to leave? This coward wrote as bad as you, Raban. Only even worse. Happy with what you've achieved. I'm a bit skeptical whether your attack on Raban's brother was a good choice. It didn't cost him too many followers. I know, because I'm trying to undermine your program, Ampleford. Good lord. Raban has taken a blow, but he is not going down yet. Speaking of which, let's check on what he is up to writing. Big conspiracy. The media are trying to distract you from the truth. Blaine and Cassart are conspiring against us. Why is the focus of attention not on one of the most pressing and obvious issues? Is it not curious that during a national crisis like this, while Bonton is threatened by terrorists, the Prime Minister is leaving the country? Is it not weird that he is meeting Cassart, who is throwing him a military parade party, supposedly due to a negotiation meeting? The answer is, this is bullshit. Negotiation is not what the national government wants, they want power. This is what you should really be worried about, you mindless idiots. That's how I talk to my followers. You mindless idiots. I say that with all affection. Falling back into old habits, are we? Bart is trying to shift the attention to Blaine and Cassart's meeting. It's a one-of-a-kind opportunity for him to back up his conspiracy theory. Reports say that there are already people gathering in front of the presidential palace where the two are meeting, attempting to stall the talks in the name of the people's voice. We cannot let his claim go unchecked, or the situation there might escalate. Not on our watch. If he's into conspiracies and hidden agendas, how about us playing the same game? I'm certain you can get me enough information to let me construct our own little conspiracy theory. Keep in mind, we have to hit Rabban Vard hard this time. Very hard. We must break his follower base. What the hell, Ilya? There are rumors all over the internet that you want to leave the people's voice in Raban. This is just like back then in Barges, when you got your poor parents, Anastasia and Milovan, in trouble. You are nothing but a dirty traitor, Ilya. What kind of trouble? We are the Pargesian people. Our government is corrupt. The Cassart regime was never interested in protecting the freedom of the Pargesian people. More and more opponents of our government have been arrested, and we have to stop watching and start acting. The Pargesian people will no longer sit and watch their country being taken away from them. We have to start resistance against Imjem Cassart and his authoritarian administration. 2005. Since the forces of True Parges have been getting more and more violent and inciting unrest and bloody protests, we would like to address them personally in an open letter. Dear members of the FTP, we are all Pargesians. We all love Parges. We all want change and freedom for our country and citizens. We have the same goals and the same dreams, so why are we fighting? Cassart and the corrupt government are laughing up their sleeves at us not even being able to form a stable resistance against them. Laughing up their sleeves. What an interesting phrase. Please let us stand as together in unity. Please let us stand as together in unity and resist the government peacefully. We organized a new collection of signatures from the Pargesian people in order to request a new referendum against our current government administration. For the pen is mightier than the sword, and violent wars will only be left with losers on both sides. We urge you to stand beside us, not against us. Unfortunately, we have lost many members to the newly formed forces of True Parges. Okay. Message board. Okay, since the government has recently been actively trying to silence supporters of the initiative Save Barges and try to draw connections between us and violent crimes, we have switched to a closed message board that only members with special login data can view. Please contact Anastasia Vart if you would like to receive access to our messaging board. Welcome, Captain Ilya Janeway. Please enter your password here. He's a bit obsessed with Voyager, but I don't think he's worthy of being Catherine Janeway. Right, thread. May 2010. Only visible to the following members: Milovan, Anastasia, Raban, and Ilya. Dear family, your father and I decided to use this digital message board for our family communication since we do not believe our telephone is safe anymore. More and more members of our community have been disappearing recently. We need to be as cautious as possible. Please use the message board as a primary channel from now on, especially if you mention other family members or places where we meet. This is an old abandoned board of an initiative we took some part in some time ago. It should be secure and unknown to authorities. Holy moly, I didn't expect that, Mom. You two were revolutionaries. You never mentioned a thing. Quite bad, yeah, but do you think it's necessary to be this cautious? Please, Ilya, this was a peaceful resistance movement, not that revolutionary. Your father thinks it's safe to communicate here, as they might wiretap our phone. What is up with that stupid pseudonym of yours, by the way? That the one you use in those chatter rooms all day? It's called a chat room, Mother. Please, just do... Oh, sorry, this is Dad. Please, just do us a favor and stick to this message board, Ilya, and for God's sake, please pick a secure password you can remember. Raban, we would like to invite you over for Uncle Simons' birthday next week. It would be great if you could join us. Very well. I'll join you in the evening after rugby. By the way, Uncle Seamus wanted to invite Oleg Barkay. Just because his family lives next door doesn't mean we have to show hospitality to followers of the Kassart regime. It's too much of a risk. You're right, honey. We can't afford to be careless here. I will talk Seamus out of it. Mom, Dad, Oleg is a good man. The world is not simply black and white. He may be a soldier in the army, but he wouldn't endanger us. I think he should come. It's a shame Kassart has managed to drive a wedge between people in our community. Sorry, son, I just don't think it's a good idea, especially not putting him next to my elderly brother who talks very bluntly about hating Kassart and his followers. BK has always been overly patriotic. The police are already beginning these just Gestapo-style observations, and it is scaring the hell out of me. But maybe you're right, we should give him a chance. Seems like we're literally closer than we thought. And parents were revolutionaries. Ooh. They weren't members of the FDP, were they? Raban openly criticizes Kassart all the time. I doubt we can gain any benefit from knowing his parents may have done the same thing. It seems the other investigation got the Bonton bombings perpetrator. Okay. We've got Red, I don't want to join this stupid war. He was drafted. The army apart has forcefully recruited a lot of men into the ranks when the conflict with the FTP erupted anew. It seems Ilya has been no exception to it. They wanted to talk to Oleg. Raban said he would talk to Oleg about it to get him exempt. I'm curious whether that worked out or what it took to convince Barkay. Okay. And then... Mom and Dad are gone. They took them. They sent soldiers to our home. It was so horrible. They started hitting Dad and yelled that this was his punishment. Mom tried to fight them off and they started hitting her too. Interesting. Truly horrible. Then again, as punishment for what? Maybe they deserved it after all. Oh my. File, Ilya, 1st Infantry Division Prava. That he attempted to flee. That's the truth. So going on that one, I think. He got punished. His parents were kidnapped as a punishment for Ilya to live with such a burden. There's a powerful narrative in that. Good, we have a narrative again. Not spread it yet, though, not before Raban publishes this article. Keep searching around. Well, why would we want to do that? Because then if his brother breaks ties with him, wouldn't that be good? Like, you don't want to discredit the family afterwards. That doesn't make sense. Listener. Oleg Bakay to Raban Vart. Raban, I'm not quite as dead as you had planned. Not yet. I may be soon, but for now I found a way to at least write this email. I didn't expect you to sink so low. Oops. As to work with the office. That's why I couldn't figure it out back then, but the recent days have opened my eyes. The arrest, all those interrogations they put me through, you're with them. It's the only way. You may have obtained internal info on me and created that leak. Yes, I've been working with them as well, but tell me, what choice did I have after they arrested me, tortured me, forced me to become this? Now the office wants to get rid of me, else they wouldn't have sent me to that godforsaken shelter, and in your blind rage you became their tool, because of what? Did you really think me behind what happened to Brava's secondary? My unit was being targeted by someone unknown, that was all. For God's sake, Rodka died in that bombing. You fool, why in all hell would I kill my own daughter? Fuck you, Raban, and your empire of lies. From the bottom of my heart, we'll both meet each other in hell for the mistakes we've made, as soon as the office is done with you two. Oleg. What a tragedy. We knew she'd been present that day. Did Raban provide it? That's something we could get him for. Nonsense. We wanted to get rid of Oleg Bouquet. We could have done so when we got the chance, but how did you learn that exactly? What did Bouquet do? How did he get that out there? Figured we need to check on him once more. Good of you to report this in to me. He's not cooperating with the office, so that's stupid. David Johns to Raban Vart. Know that I stand with you. Raban, I could not help but notice that you seem under a lot of fire from all sides most recently. Even some of your most trusted followers are turning their backs on you. But not me. You have been through some dark times before, so you have trusted me with. Remember how you told me that Karen's mother, Elizabeth Levine, opposed your marriage and tried everything to prevent it, but she broke contact with her and married you anyway? I'll see what I can uncover to aid you. You'll hear back from me soon, David. Okay, interesting. So she is the daughter of Elizabeth Levine. Against this backdrop, it's quite remarkable Karen professionally counsels refugees. Elizabeth Levine, I stand for the nation's values. We will never stop standing up for our values. Although Elizabeth sadly was not get elected as mayor, as it says, she won't stop to promote. That means the opposite of what you want it to mean. Badly translated text. She won't stop promoting and upholding the values that we all hold dear. It is not yet clear whether Elizabeth will be involved in hillbilly politics in other ways, but one thing is certain, we will stay loud and proud. Blah blah blah. Party supports Karen Levine's work directly via state funding. I bet Raban has no idea about Karen's entanglements with the party, nor has any one of his followers. We'd let them know, maybe. But we need a little more backing if we're truly going to put the blame on Karen here. I'm just going to keep, Maxwell Levine, is the brother. Anything else interesting? Not really. Okay. Why is it showing more things here, though? Interesting. Issues. Oh, of course. She hates gays and Planned Parenthood, because of course she does. Right. What else is some news? Is it this picture, I think? I don't think so. There's nothing else there. Oh, rare. An interview. She hates immigration. She says Raban sheltered the soldiers at the school. By that, Vart may have drawn fire directly to the school. Why would he consider such a thing? How mindless can you get? He deserves to go down, and so he will, by our hand. Okay. Karen's supposed to be kind-hearted. That seems true. I'm gonna say that she did break contact with her mother. Or did she? The state funding. But then again, the mother might just be lying because her whole campaign is based around the fact that she's a successful mother, so... We're gonna say she broke contact with her. The mother like Elizabeth Levine, I cannot even imagine why. Too bad. If she would have been in contact with her mother, we could have used that against her. Yeah, I know, but I'm, trying to throw Ilya under the bus, not was here? Weird. Okay. And not Karen. So sorry. Bonton bombing suspect shot on the run. So Nina got shot, I guess. I think she got shot when I played the game as well. Okay, thread. Rhodesian army will protect Brava Secondary, started by Raban Vart on November 24th. It has been done. In light of the conflict brewing with the FDP, I've managed to make a deal with Oleg Bekay, whose unit from the Rhodesian army will protect our school. I assure you that your children will be safe, and I hope this helps convince you not to take your children out of school. This sounds a bit drastic. The National Army seems to have the situation under control. I appreciate the effort, Principal Vart, but I'm not convinced that having a unit of Rhodesian soldiers around the school is a good idea. Are you sure that this won't draw more attention to the school? I assure you, it will be fine, Shalana. I would never do anything to endanger my pupils. They are as safe as they can be at my school. Thank you, Mr. Vart. I appreciate your efforts to keep Brava Secondary safe. Map. I like how he's just like a regular citizen, like, making deals with units of the military. Because that's how that works. You know, they just, make deals with civilians to bring their unit to schools. So this is why Oleg and Raban met at the school. They had some kind of protection deal going on. Sounds extremely dumb to me. It's not the entire truth. We know Bekay wanted a shelter for his unit. This would let Raban look pretty bad if it would be to be released, so why not go for it? Raban published his article, The Time to Strike Back Has Come. You can go on searching for more material to create narratives from, though. Please take your time. When ready, strike Raban Vart as hard as you can. We need to make this count. Yeah, but I don't want to make it count. Oh, of course, because we have to use homophobia to... Fine. My brother leaving Bonton says nothing other than the fact that the media monsters are continuously after me. The important question should be, why is the focus of attention not on one of the most pressing and obvious issues? Is it not curious that during a national crisis like this, while Bonton is threatened by terrorists, the Prime Minister is leaving the country? Yes, bullshit, they want power. Bain and Cressard want to control our minds by secretly conspiring against the people of Barges. This is what the meeting really shows and what you should really be worried about. I hereby call for a protest in front of the presidential palace in Thrifteth to show these traitors to the people what we think of them. Showing that there were more things, but oh, the picture. I guess I can put that in. Attacking. What's he doing there? Getting the hell out of here? Oh, I clicked that too quickly. One way to get to Boston Trans-Regional. Ellie's making a run for it. Seems who can blame him? Why, we could, of course. Maybe consider staying if the news would turn out to be against his liking. London outskirts. And he's gone. Ilya is out of the question, though I'm not sure whether or not that'll make our life easier or harder. Alright. They're like blaming Ilya for stuff now. It doesn't even do anything, so that's... What else is here? It's showing... I clicked through all these, I thought. Showing new things. Picture. Alright, who are we? Yeah, I'm gonna do this one, even though it doesn't matter. Because we don't care about Ilya anymore. Because I want to do this in the least effective way possible. Your brother's responsible for your parents being arrested back in barges? Your coward brother should be the one locked in prison, not these great, heroic people. Not spread on them. Having Ilya's parents abducted as a punishment for his own failure was a good idea, but I doubt it was the best we could get. Good work, but not good enough. Urbana's still around, and he still has a loyal follower base. Whoops. Totally not my intention. But absurd as he dare claim this time. The only one who should blame for this is the government. They were the ones who ordered to arrest my parents, not my brother. Ilya's a loser and a wimp. Losers and wimps are people who judge others by rumors they read on the internet, find their social media profiles, and troll them. In other words, you. You have no right whatsoever to judge my brother or any of my family members. Can't believe Ilya would keep this from us, says guacamole at avocado_sauce. Ilya is neither selfish nor irresponsible. All he is a victim of our manipulative government who are trying to bring us down. The national government kills. They kill their own people and our people to distract us from all truth. They have fabricated yet another story about me to distract you from the really important truths. Don't believe me yet, here's another truth for you. I used to be a teacher in Prava, a beautiful small town by the mountain Tavria. My school was destroyed by the troops of the nation. I've never gotten over this horrible incident, and it broke my heart more than anything else that has ever happened to me. The national government ordered the shelling of Prava Secondary. They killed those students, not me. They destroyed everything I loved in my hometown. This is what your government does to the innocent, to the weak. They kill. He's blaming the nation for his own fault. Our own army attacking a school. We're the peacekeepers. It's high time to turn these things around. This has to end now. We cannot let these preposterous lies stand. We will destroy Banvar. You will. Now. Give me something that shows beyond a doubt that the nation isn't the one to blame here. I'm going to attempt to do the opposite. Hold on. Is that enough to do this? Apparently not. Why can't I do that one? Want to? I guess we don't have the full info yet. Right, okay. We will get to that, I suppose. Alright. David, your loyalty to me is beyond limits. You have been with me from the start. The people's voice would not be nearly have become what it is had you not been there. You're more than a friend, you're a true friend. But it's all going down. Not even Ilya is by my side any longer. He has made mistakes, yes, but he has been the subject of so much hate there. Not even say where it all coming from. I'm tired. I've been writing furiously all day to this point, and look where it got me. Nowhere. Everything around me is falling apart. I have no one left, even my followers are turning their backs on me. It's over. It has to end. I want it to end. Thank you for standing with me. David Jones again. You had mentioned him before. Regardless, it doesn't matter what role he had with people's voice. What matters is the destruction of Raban. That's interesting. I wonder what she'll say to that. No, he doesn't. He's a liar. A professional liar. He needs to be rendered harmless once and for all. Well, I tried. Oh my god, please. I cannot believe you published that article without consulting me. What were you thinking? Why would you do this? I'm away laboring for 2 days and now this. I'm sorry, brother, but I wanted to try and cheer you up. You've been so stressed and sad lately, and since you helped me get out of the Parisian army, I wanted to do something for you too. I just thought the story might bring you some well-deserved praise, especially with all the controversy that was thrown our way because of the refugee camp articles. You straight up lying to make me feel better will not change this. We are the guardians of the truth, And the truth hurts. You have no right to publish that story. I'm not a hero. I don't see what the big deal is. People need to relate to you. Understand that you aren't just another lunatic mouthpiece. See that you have compassion, that you've experienced the atrocities firsthand that you write about every day. That's right. I live them, not you. Seriously, Ellie, I can't believe you do this to me. Now everyone in the camp will be looking at me like I'm some kind of martyr. I even got the fan mail already by a guy named David Johns, who calls himself a huge fan of mine. I don't want that kind of attention. I don't want fans. I just want to move on and forget this whole thing ever happened. I feel like I'm stating the obvious, but can't you just take it down if it bothers you so much? No, it's garnered too many hits and it has been passed around across the nation, spreading like a cancer or a disease. Everyone is reading it, and I'm going to have to answer a lot of questions about it. I'm truly sorry, Raban. It's supposed to be a surprise and morale boost. I don't think you even remotely get what you have done. Wait, what exactly did Ilya lie about regarding his brother? What does it mean? No, that's... I'm not sure if that hurts him or helps him. I'm gonna put it in. But despite this, he's profited a great deal from being considered a hero. Ravan Vart is a sad joke, bereft of moral standards, and he is going down. I'm trying to help. Alright. David Johns, not your friend. Raban, it's all a lie, it's all a lie. I'm not your friend. I've never been. I can't fully explain it at this time. I've only been here recently. I've just been informed that you're about to claim the nation bombed your school. You have no idea how right you are. I realize this may be my last chance of getting out of this mess, so I got my hands on some internal documents from you. What really happened at Prava Secondary, it's all in there. I'll try to get you more. Keep an eye on new Perkaleaks documents. For now, I must keep my head down. They will now come for me. Hit them as hard as you can. What? How does this person leak confidential information to Raban Vart? It's fairly troubling news. I'm not aware of anyone of our own people with this name, though. I'll turn this David Johns into a target person. You may want to investigate if you so desire. Remember that Raban Vart remains the primary target. Get us something to obliterate him with. Operation Calvary. This document describes an incident in which the National Army bombarded a Parisian school. The Army of the Nation has been well aware of the fact that many students and teachers were in the building at this time. The school has been used as a bomb shelter for many weeks. On December 6, 2010, national troops started shelling the school, leaving it completely destroyed. Afterwards, the ruins were searched by military with the help of civilians looking for their children. Soldiers Oleg Bikay and Alexander Petkovic were the only survivors on this side of the Parisian army and were secured from the shelter. There was only one known civilian survivor, whom the Parisian soldiers had managed to save, but was still seriously injured. The school's principal, Raban Vart, had been found wounded and retrieved from the ruins. When encountered by civilians, Raban Vart was met with extreme aversion and had to be protected from them by the army. The report reveals that the order to open fire had been given by a supreme command within the government of the nation. Who had started the school was occupied by a terrorist group, Forces of True Parties. This turned out to be untrue, since there were only civilians and Parisian army soldiers on the site. The shelling was a serious violation of international law and human rights by the Army of the Nation. Bonvard, the only civilian. I don't see any hint to his students there. I thought he'd rescued a lot of his students. Here comes this article. We must end this. Give me a narrative. What? Not yet. I don't want to do that. No. The full egg. That's how he ended up with us, yes. Parents devastated. My brother would never mind they cause harm to this family. This is yet another outrageous lie that was spread to tear us and the people's voice apart. If you don't believe me that the national government are preposterous liars, here's another truth for you. My school was not bombed by troops of the Parisian army at all. The national government ordered the shelling of Brava Secondary and blamed Parisian soldiers because they wanted to prove to the media that they were needed in Paris to protect the Parisian people. Said they destroyed everything I loved in my hometown. What the government does to the innocent, to the weak. This is why I shall from now on call them national murder. David Johns. I get the feeling this might not be our guy. What kind of odd call sign is that? That's not one of our agents, is it? Talking about... Could tell you about my new job, but then I'd have to make you disappear. I want to get deeper into it because I want more from the Dupe, the place where you upload Operation Calvary, right? That any of you have that? No. Okay. It's not. It keeps like showing that that's stuff that's weird. I have to do that one because I'm not getting anything else. The power of the people. What did he do to deserve that? What happened there? Okay. That triggered. Thread. My child died in the school bombing and I want justice. How is Raban the only survivor? Ilya, I understand. Can't blame him. Mrs. Discola, Mr. Fart was the only one who attracted the attention of the FTP by hiring soldiers of the Parisian army to defend it. How is your brother not responsible for this? Why I did not lose any family members. Here's a list of all the people that died. Dear citizens, I understand your concerns. Condolences. All his brothers died. I cannot believe this man, this fraud, to claim he saved the students like this. We should have known a long time ago. This is what Ilya must have lied about for him. All these lies make me sick, but there is a silver lining. This is all we need. No need to construct a narrative. This itself will be his undoing. Bring him down. Bring him down. No. I want more things. What stuff from dude? I want to prove that the nation bombed the thing. I don't know what then. I want I would like get some thing somewhere we can search. Surely. Where are all the search bars? next, do you think? David Johns. Influence persona. Here we go. You've got to be kidding me, right? Except of course you're not. It is one of our own people, then. Unfortunately, it's an influence persona. I'm afraid David Johns simply isn't one person. Those personas are controlled by different real persons in our service. Even I cannot tell you who's controlling them at this time. I must help find the traitor behind David Johns. Give me their real name. I don't want to do that. I want to help him spread information. Or her. Good thinking. Now give me their identity so I can find them and make sure they don't undermine our work any longer. You, Peter Young Harris. What's up? How are you, Dad? Dad, I want to promise you I'll be careful. You're just like your mom, Iris Young. Okay, well, I'm not giving them their name, so... Unknown sender. We know you've been blabbering about your new job, controlling David Johns and the others, despite us telling you explicitly not to, though. If you believe us to be joking, we advise you are not. In fact, we can easily make you disappear, as you put it, or other people. Meanwhile, we are keeping a protecting eye on your father. You may thank us later. Time to start taking this job we gave you very seriously. Don't mess up. Well, is it really only gonna let me give them their name? Fucking hell. I don't think that's the right... I didn't have to give them name. Good. If you can read this, it must mean the office has come for me, and you're my doom. The worst decision I could possibly make was to sign up for Orwell and post about it. I would have to make you disappear. That's so ironic. I'd have to laugh out loudly if it weren't so bitter. 2 days later, I got a particular mail you may have seen. Sorry about the hassle with the password there. I need to be sure you'd see what I'd been doing for them. So you'd at least possibly believe me. I've been spreading hate in their name, in the name of the nation, on the one, and parties on the other. I feed their rage, and I can't get out. I don't know what to do to my dad if I just quit. I can't continue like this either. I don't want to. That heinous bitch, Ampleford. She's queen of lies. She might have told you she doesn't know who I am, but don't believe a word she says. She knows everything already. Why she needs you then, agent? Didn't you already figure it out? She needs you only for verification. Everything in Orwell is mandatory to be acted upon. Everything. She's interested in finding out the truth at all. All she's interested in is to have her own fucked up version of the truth in Orwell, so she's allowed to do whatever she desires. What's in Orwell becomes the truth. But this can be used against her. It's nearly too simple. All you need to do is lie. For me. Okay, hold on. We need to check what this was first. And then... What's the new... Right? Anything else new? Right? Okay. That was all. Alright, are we ready to fuck over, Ampleford, huh? It's time. You ready? You ready for this? Okay. No! This is my name! mine, you imbecile! Oh, I get it. Cooperating with Iris Young, then, aren't you? Quite bold of you to trust a professional liar. That duplicitous bitch. You shouldn't have entrusted her with David Johns and the others. First she blabbers about her job, and now this. But I'm afraid you have seen enough, Agent. This is where your little adventure off track ends. If you expect me to become magically arrested now because you shifted the blame to me, no. This isn't the way things go with the office. Now back to where we were. Would you kindly take care of our band fart? No. I want more information. I'm just gonna upload random shit now. This would all be so much easier if he was. I don't know where that came from, but there's no way we would build a conspiracy theory directly involving us. I'm trying to make time pass in case I can get more info. Yeah, this is not gonna matter now. Now this is downward heartless, and then he talks about loyalty. Just wasting time, don't mind me. Wasting as much time as possible. I really want more from Percolates. I just want... It's so annoying. I don't know what I can put in here. 'Cause that's how we fuck her over, right? Is getting documents to upload, I would imagine. We're running out of data to throw in to make time pass. We'll just randomly throw in this picture of Karen. It doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, I don't. There's nothing left. I don't think. Other than this is so weird. Why does this not... This is just glitching? What am I missing here? That's really... Okay. Nothing. 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 Alright, so we just have to pick... That's the only one we have. I don't want to do it. But we don't have any other choice. I really... There's gotta be... I don't know. I'm just trying everything at this point. Everything that makes sense anyway. I want more info. right? But fine. Guess we're just gonna have to do it. We're out of time. Okay. Alright, fine. Time to do it. Even though I don't want to. Yeah, let's start. The truth. What do you claim to know about the truth? Are you a blabberbot? Are you a real person? Are you a liar? Am I a liar? I'm always wondering whether you folks would ever learn that the truth is not black. Government shitstorm. Oh my god. Take a look at Blabber. You need to see this. Yes, I already am. The ignorant, miserable bunch. There are still far too many people standing by the people's voice. We have failed. This is it. We failed, plain and simple. Our efforts are for naught. The riots before the presidential palace rage on unchecked. All we can do is hope for... What? The Bonvat started an announcement. I fear the worst. This is the end, Agent.
My dear followers, those of you who still remain, the story that has finally been spread by the despicable government mouthpiece, it is true. All of it. I never saved those children. Because I was too afraid. Because I ran for my life, eager of saving it before theirs. Here I now am. Alive. And they aren't. I had so long forgotten about it. And now it's shaking me to my core. I believed that if I only tried hard enough, I could change things. That I could make things better for my people at home in Parges. I believed I could fight against the corrupt, evil, rotten politicians longing for power at the people's expense. I believed I could free my home country from these parasites and go back home. If only I twisted words long enough. We all need a reliable base on which our world is based. A truth. This was mine. But now I realize that I've been living a lie. Not only a lie that made you believe in me, but a lie that allowed me to forget who I actually was. A far too comfortable lie. Only one thing is worse. Knowing that even as I speak, you all continue. Carry on, fight on with all your fury, perpetuating that very lie endlessly, creating new truths based on fake claims put out there ages ago. What will become of this world when everybody has their own truth? What will be real, dependable? Everything will be
Everyone's
nothing.
always had their own truth. That
Truth
they'll
is
live
dead.
forever.
And I killed it that very day. I was
That's
too
not
afraid
you.
to speak up and correct a mistake. But no longer. This story has to end on my terms. There's hardly anything more concrete than a bullet. It creates a tangible, uncomfortable fact. The very thing needed for a resurrection of truth.
Well, could have done with a trigger warning for that. No pun intended. Thanks, game, for forcing me to drive someone to suicide in order to progress. I really appreciate it. When did Ampliford ever talk? That she had a... Oh, when they were doing the missions, that's right. That's right. I remember now. Well, I thought there would be more episodes to this because there were more in the first one. So now I'm not sure what to do because I was gonna stream for another at least hour and a half. Don't know what to do now. Let's see. What is in my library? These are questions that I have. I don't know. Oh, jeez, y'all could have just heard my back pop like 6 times. Alright, well, I guess that was the end of it. So what's going to happen is I'm going to be right back and get a drink. And then I'll see if there's something else I want to play. Problem is, there's something I would like to start, but I don't have it downloaded. So if we wanted to deal with like really shitty video quality for a second. Let me see. I can just download the first episode. It. Well, I don't. That's how big is it? It's not very big. So I'm gonna be right back. This is gonna install. I'll be right back. And then, we'll see. Okay. Be right back. Be right back. Be right Well, that was good timing. It finished downloading as soon as I sat back down. Alright, let me switch everything over. And on. And the dream machine. Date. And that. Okay. All right. And now I've got to do setup. This is very stressful, switching games unplanned in the middle of a stream. I don't like this at all. Let's see. Oh, good lord. Okay, settings. And off. I'm gonna. Can I like adjust the full screen is off? Can I change the the resolution? That would be nice. Okay, I'm gonna. Wait, how does this? Okay, off is click to progress. Okay, I'll leave it there. Color aid off. That's fine. Hearing aid. I don't want to put hearing aid on, to be honest, because I sometimes have auditory processing issues. Okay. But now I can't change the size of this window or move it. That's really annoying. And something weird now. Oh god. Oh, now it just crashed. That's fun. That's what I like to happen. Would really, well, alright. Let's see what we can do here. I can't even like something over it to even get to the editor. That's alright. Properties. Oh god. This is quite annoying. This game. It's not making this easy. Right. Window. The dream machine. Done. Right. See what I mean? I can't adjust the resolution here, which is very annoying. This full screen or no, and unfortunately I only have one monitor, and it's not like 9:16. It's something else, so I can't just put it full screen. So we're just going to unlock that, move this. Do it the hard way. I unlock the aspect ratio. Is that something let me do? Doesn't seem like it. Right. Well, apparently this is what we're getting today. So there you go. You want it just all to one side here, is that better? And then you can have a tree there. Is that? Alright. Yes, the dream machine, which is giving me much trouble in terms of putting it properly on the screen so far, but we're just going to have a section that is there. And it's fine. Don't know why. Can't change the resolution. Good. It looks really good. I'm assuming you played it. It sounds like it seemed from what I saw in the trailer really interesting. So. All right. Okay. We're just gonna ignore the thing on the right. It's fine. Okay. Chapter 1. We are like the dreamer. We are like the spider. We move our life and then move along in it. We are like the dreamer who dreams and then lives in the dream. The sleeping machine presents. Dream machine, chapter 1. I'll have to set something up for it for the later chapters. I didn't realize I'd be playing this tonight, so I didn't test it out beforehand. I thought Orwell was gonna last longer. Or the Orwell sequel anyway. Okay. I mean, piece of wood's always nice to have. I'll take it. Forked branch, jutting out the sand. fishing rod. Removing a rock. Got lighter. Taking a shovel. Standing rock. The boat has been smashed against that rock. Is that how I ended up here? Strange that I can't remember something like that. Those coconuts. Alright. Can I fish down a coconut? I'm not stupid enough to bite, but I sure would be a prize catch. Wood with the fireplace. Lighter with the fireplace. It's fun. We have fire. Nothing to cook on it. Guess we can just use the fishing rod with the ocean. This fishing rod on the forked branch. The fish doesn't seem interested in biting it though. Okay. Let's see. Can I just dig up some worms? Yeah! Got me a worm. Alright. The fishing rod is baited with the worm. Alright, one fish. Gonna cook some fish. Going well. I can't skewer the poor thing while it's still alive. Well. Oh god. Alright, we've bludgeoned the fish to death and now we're cooking it. Wonderful. Yeah, no, this is really, I love this. I always liked, claymation. Tastes great, but what's this? There's a piece of paper in the belly of the fish. Okay. And here? Eh. Oops. That's ominous. Alarm goes off. Ah, a dream. I've been expecting that. Why did your alarm go off at noon? Because it must have been really tired after all that lugging. Old ventilation grate. Just an old ventilation grate. Coming down in 3-part harmony. These boxes are all we managed to move here last night. Most of them along with furniture should arrive later today. These two are filled to the brim with crime novels. I'm still wondering if I can change the settings. I don't think so. Alright. Painting seems a lot like my dream. I must have fallen asleep looking at it. It has the kind of tacky charm that Alicia usually hates. Baby clothes on the label. Assortment of bedspreads. Victor's clothes. Books mostly. Must have belonged to the previous inhabitants, this lamp. It doesn't work. This view is much nicer than our old apartments. I'll miss being close to nature, though. Staying. Alicia's side of the bed is empty. She must be up already. Okay. gonna push the button. 'Cause that's what we do. We haven't installed the lighting fixtures yet. Well, that's silly. Examine boxes. These two contain some of Alicia's eBay purchases. Student literature. Things for the nursery. Telephone. This contains some parental reading material that I'll dig into as soon as we're stable. These two contain parts of my precious vinyl collection. My old axe. Remind you of my dreams to become a stage musician. Once we're settled in, I'll try to get the music career brewing again. Oh, wait, that's the eBay. Right. Kitchen. We're just turning on the water for no reason. That's what we're doing today. Turning on the lamp. We're ignoring our wife and opening the fridge. We'll have to do a market run later today. Yeah, an empty fridge is a depressing sight. Okay. She's frightening. Oh, you're awake. I thought I'd surprise you with breakfast in bed. Here, let me help you with that. No need, it's almost done. Could you set the table for us in the meantime? Wow, Jesus. That shipment hasn't arrived yet, honey. It doesn't have to be a table. Anything square and flat will do for now. Just grab an empty box or something. Of course. Thanks, honey. First, I'm going to the bathroom. For no real reason. I'm just turning on all the water in the apartment. Oh, jeez. Hello, handsome. Right. Only one hanger. Presumably the previous tenant was single. I think I'm gonna move this to this. That bothers me. Okay. We're just gonna take a shower. I'd love to get out of these clothes, but there'll be plenty of time for that later. Oh my. Baby oil, skin lotion, shampoo. Yeah, you should use conditioner. Good Lord. Men should use conditioner too. It's not just a lady thing. Hello, living room. Examine these boxes. These three contain various knickknacks for the modern living room. Thanks. Some wilted plants probably left here by the previous tenant. Crumpled paper now, for reasons. Wow, that looks really real right there. Alcorn baby clothes donated by thoughtful relatives. Where is this baby? Just silently sleeping in the nursery? That's... Oh wait, nursery. Okay. Is this the nursery? Alright. No, where is the baby? I'm disturbed. These two contain some of our winter clothes. It's her favorite coat. She wore it on our first date. I think there's something behind this box. First, we're gonna look inside the box. It contains blankets. Okay. Now we're gonna move the box. Telephone outlet. Hold on. Move. That's how I feel, yeah, that's how I feel here. My landlords are always trying to get me to leave the heat on for insane amounts of time. So I'm on the bottom floor of my apartment building, and so the heat never turns off because I'm above, like, the parking garage, so it's just cold as hell. And I get, insanely high electric bills for heating, like, a 2-room apartment. So I always drip the faucet to keep the pipes from freezing instead, because they pay for the water. What do I care? Right, we picked up mail. Okay. Now read the letter pieces first. Okay. How do I rotate them? I just completely did not read how I'm supposed to rotate them. Here, maybe it'll tell me again. No, because of course it doesn't. Grab a corner. Okay, thank you. Ah. Concern, and I'm hiding thing in the hope that Blink wants something. Know what? I'm not paranoid. Look under the floorboard below the light switch in the bedroom, and you'll see what I mean. Whatever that thing is, it is mine, and I'm not staying around to... It's not mine? I don't know. Not staying around to find out what it does. Perhaps you'll be able to figure it out. Travis, the previous tenant. Okay. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Neff, thank you for choosing Prosser and Ankovich Realtor Service. We hope you enjoy your new home for many years to come. If you have any questions regarding our services, or if you have questions regarding the apartment or maintenance issues, please don't hesitate in directing them to our head office at this number, 555-4976-80. We look forward to continue to serve you. That's an odd phone number. Again, I thank you for choosing Prosser and Inkfinch. Sincerely, Brute Sanders. Right. Okay. Where do we want to... Does she want... Well, we're gonna go back to the bedroom anyway first, but, where does she want this box? In the living room? Light switch, floorboard. Well... Then I guess we better find a hammer, haven't we? Is there anything that was... hardware? Where does she want this box? What? It's not in the bathroom. The hallway is just... this, right? Okay. Alright. Want some baby oil on the floor? Yeah? Death trap? That sounds good. Alright. What else? Can I get a hammer from the maintenance guy? That gonna work? Got a hammer in a drawer somewhere, like normal people? Screwdriver? Anything? No? No? I just put that right there. What's this? Good to know. Let's go call this guy, right? You got any hammers? Hello? Anyone there? Do I want to leave yet? Spare key this morning. Would you mind staying until he's been here? I can wait a little longer. He hasn't forgotten us, has he? Why don't I call him? Make sure he hasn't. You do that. I'll fix us breakfast in the meantime. Okay. Prosser Ninkovich. Prosser Ninkovich, how may I help you? Yeah, hi, my name's Victor Neff. My wife and I just moved into an apartment arranged by your company. Why, hello, Mr. Neff. What can I do for you? I'm trying to reach the caretaker of this building. You wouldn't happen to have his number, would you? What's the address of the building? Sorry, I don't know. We just moved here yesterday. I can't recall the exact address. Oh, don't worry. It'll come to you. Probably have it written down somewhere. Yeah, I'm sure I've seen it someplace. Just come back to me when you find it. Thanks. Bye. Well, fine. And we've examined all these. Right. This button. I'm pushing all the buttons. I don't care. There are no lights. Okay. Is there anything else in here? These are freaky. None of your boxes got your address listed on it. That would be nice. Anything squeaky that needs some oiling? Oh, fucking envelope. Jesus Christ. Thanks. Alright. You wouldn't happen to have his number. What's the address? This is the address. It's the old building behind Esper Square, right? I think so. We're new in town, so I don't know where everything is just yet. Let's see here. I'm not finding any caretaker at that address. You wouldn't happen to know his name, would you? It's slipped your mind. That can happen sometimes. Right. Sorry I bothered you. No problem. Just call me back if you happen to remember it. Fine. You know? Was that somewhere? Does his wife know? Honey, what's the caretaker's name? I can't remember the name of the caretaker. Norton, Horton, Morton, something like that. Okay. Reading this note. See? I think it might be a hoax. Too good to be true otherwise. Like something you'd read in a crime novel. He probably left us a present under the floorboard and wanted to rile us up a bit before we found it. Doesn't the fact that somebody tried to destroy the note lend it some credence? Nah, he probably did himself to make it seem more mysterious. Seems to have made sure we can read the important parts at least. Either way, I think we should check what's under the floorboards in the bedroom. Well, thank you for the follow. You do that, honey. Well, yeah, it's kind of okay. Yeah. Well, maybe is that enough to give the lady? Maybe. Maybe not. Alright. Yes, it's us. We're here. Try Horton. Here's a who. Try Norton. Nope, no Nortons. Try Morton. Felix Morton here, but he's actually listed as your landlord, not the caretaker. That's why I couldn't find him. Would you like his number instead? Yeah, I suppose it must be the same guy. 555-6475-33. What else you needed? What kind of services? Connect people looking for apartments. You already negotiating leases. Yeah. Okay, thanks. Alright, that's all. Thanks. Alright. Now... Oh, Mr. Morton. Warden here. Hello, this is Victor Neff from the second floor. Couple you let in yesterday. Yes, hello, Mr. Neff. You settling in all right? Everything is fine, thanks. But I was just wondering when you'd be around to deliver the spare key you mentioned last night. Oh, I'm sorry. I had all but forgotten about that. I figured you might have. I'll be right up. Thanks. Did you bring a hammer? While you're at it? Thanks. I'm gonna put some fucking baby oil on the floor. Yeah, I didn't think so. Man, you wanna baby oil your alarm? Let's baby oil the bed just for shits and giggles. Well, you know, sometimes you gotta do things yourself in the apartment, you know? Okay. Let's go answer the door. Hello again, Mr. Neff. Here's the spare key. Thanks. Is the apartment in order? Everything seems fine. Just tell me if you need help with anything. Is that all? What should I call you? Are you the caretaker or the landlord? Professor Nankovich didn't have you listed as the caretaker. I can see how that could be confusing. My family's owned the house for generations. Rent out the apartments I don't need and try to take care of the estate as best I can, making me both caretaker and your landlord. I see. If I need you again, where do I find you? I have an office downstairs. Didn't you see when you arrived? Guess I was too tired. Just ring the doorbell. I live and work there, so I'm there at all times. Live in your office. The office is just that front room. My apartment extends further in. Had me worried there for a second. Head downstairs, don't be shy if you need me. But could you have brought a hammer? Let's have breakfast. Honey. I could only find that filthy box. That doesn't matter, Victor. We can eat fancy dinner instead once the furniture arrives. So sit down and I'll bring us the breakfast. Oh, shit. Clicked out of the thing. That's fine. Okay. Have breakfast. Isn't this magical? The first breakfast in our new apartment. I could use some candles at the very least. If I knew what box they were in, I'd go get them. But how was it? How was what, dear? Your first night in our new home. Did you sleep well? Like a baby, I even slept with all my clothes on. I noticed that, but I didn't have the heart to wake you up. Did you dream anything? I dreamt I was alone on a small island. What did you do? I found a note and a fish. What did it say? It was a treasure map. How exciting! Did you find the treasure? I was just about to, but the alarm clock went off and the sound was diffused with my dream. That's when I woke up. Strange how the mind incorporates real things into dreams like that. I've read that it does that for us to get our precious rest, no matter what. It only wakes you up if it thinks you're in danger. Comforting to know that my mind is looking out for me even when I'm sleeping. What do you think it means? But what means? Your dream, silly. I don't know. What do you think it means? Do you want my appeasing answer? Or do you want to know what I really think? I want you to tell me the truth, of course. It sounds pretty much like your standard escapist fare. You're scared of your new situation and you're longing to go back to the simpler life we had before. Your old cushy job, your old sack of friends. You know that's not true. Moving here, trying to raise a family with you is going to be the best thing I've ever done. So it sounds like you're viewing it like some grand adventure. It's just a dream, Alicia. You're taking it too seriously. I'm sorry, Victor. Guess the force of pregnant mood swings is strong with me today. Don't I know it? Wow, Jesus. This is quite a breakfast. How long have you been up? Since about 9. I was having a dream, but after a while it turned really weird. That's when I woke up. What happened? Do you remember the caretaker that let us in last night? How could I forget? He's quite a character. I can't seem to remember his name now. His name is Felix Morton. He showed up in my dreams. Sounds like he made quite an impression on you. To be honest, he sort of creeped me out. He seemed alright to me. Maybe in real life, but the dream version of him was a real creep. What did the caretaker do in your dream? Can we talk about this later, Victor? I'm still a bit disturbed by it. That bad, huh? Now I'm curious. What was so weird? Could we save that conversation for later? Damn it. I don't want to talk about it while we're eating. It gets a bit graphic, you see. Oh, Jesus Christ. Of course. I think I'll go down and check that the movers are on top of things. Sounds like a plan. I'll go wash up while you go check on the moving firm. Want me to help you with that? Stop pampering me, dear. I'll be fine. If your husband is offering to help with the dishes, just let him help. Don't want to discourage dish offering help. Right. Hey, movers. You got a hammer? Fighter equipment. Okay. Let's just barge into someone's apartment. Oh, fine. Hey, you got a hammer? Just a moment, dear. No, I don't, and I don't want to until I find it out. I'll be right with you. I hope this is an old lady. I'm really hoping. Oh, is that an old lady or an old man? Yes? Oh, okay, it's a lady. Hello, ma'am. My name's Victor Neff. My wife and I just moved in next door to you. I thought I'd stop by and introduce myself. Why, hello there, young fella. I'm Edie Jones. I'm the resident senior in this house. I hope I'm not interrupting anything. Oh, not at all. I'm having some friends over for bridge, but they're about as fast as glaciers, so they probably won't even notice I'm gone for a few minutes. Did you say your name's Victor Neff? Like the actor? Just like the actor, but he lived before my time, though. You two must be related, surely. No relation, I'm afraid. I've never seen any of his movies either, to be honest. Ah, you're missing out. He had a knack for playing brutes. He used to be a boxer, you see. And then I assure you our similarities end with our names. You seem like such a polite young man, unlike the caretaker here. Mr. Morton? Yes, that's the one. You don't like him? How could I? He tried to get me evicted as soon as his father died. Fortunately, I've got connections with the housing board in this town. What do you know about him? About as much as I care to. I've lived here long enough to see him grow up. I knew his father quite well. He was the caretaker prior to little Felix, a wonderful man. Unfortunately, the apple fell far from the tree in this case. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm afraid I'm being rude to my guests. A game of bridge between three is, after all, not a game of bridge at all. See you later then, Mrs. Jones. Just call me Edie. Everybody does. Bye then, Edie. Goodbye, dear. Right. What? Oh, I gotta take the elevator. What could be hazardous on the staircase, good lord? Alright. I thought that might happen. I'm sorry to disturb you again, Edie, but what happened to the elevator? The door jams every once in a while. You'll be well advised to keep some sort of grease product handy. I'd lend you some butter, but I'm all out, I'm afraid. That's alright, I'll probably be able to find something. The apartment's fabulous, but these old houses can be a bit creepy. Well, what did you expect from a house built on an Indian burial ground? Say what? I'm just joshing you, son. It's founded on bedrock, sturdy as can be. You couldn't bury someone here unless they got run over by a steamroller. You live here by yourself? Yes, I do. It's just me and my memories now. I used to have a husband, but he went the way of mortal men. 9 rings for mortal men doomed to die. 1 for the Dark Lord on his dark. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Don't be. I didn't care for him much anyway. There was only one. There was only room for one woman in his life. And she wasn't me, if you know what I mean. Sorry if the sound disturbed you, ma'am. I'll leave you in peace now. See you later then, Edie. Goodbye, dear. Interesting. No. Alright, we're on 2. Should we go to 3 first and fuck around, or go to 1? Let's go to 3 and fuck around. Can I take that? Does this closet have a hammer in it? Gosh darn it. Why can't I just barge into apartments like a rude person? Hey! Hey! Anybody home? Hey! Hey! Okay. Well, apparently there's nobody there to upset. Alright. Guess we don't get to fuck around and... level 3. Oh. Getting all jazzy. You are fucking creepy, Morton. This must be the key to Morton's surface. That's a key. Stamp, an old wooden stamp, ink pad. Compared to the rest of Mr. Morton's office, the ink pad looks relatively new. Oh, I'm about to sneeze. Oh my god, it's doing the thing where it just like hovers in your nose and you have to sneeze, but it's not coming. Ah. Fine. Hello again, Mr. Neff. Did you cry or anything else? Your family owns this building? That's right, my great-grandfather built this house back in the mid-19th century. It's gone from generation to generation since then. I'm the last in the line. Was there anything else? What can you tell me about the estate? My great-grandfather used most of it for his research. He was one of the first to study and try to remedy sleeping disorders. Patients would live in wards upstairs while undergoing treatments. But as funding became an issue, he sectioned off more and more of it as apartments. And in the end, this office and the back room was all that remained. The back room? Oh my gosh. What can you tell me about the other inhabitants? They keep to themselves, mostly. It's a pretty quiet house, and that's the way I like it. Apart from you and me, there are 3 other inhabitants in the estate. On top floor is Mr. Willard. Didn't get out much due to his disability. And next to him is Miss Theed. She works as a night nurse at the Abbott Hospital. She's asleep during the day, so I rarely see her. Hope that was her doorbell I rang 7 million times. Next to you, we have Mrs. Jones, a widow since a few years back. I'm afraid her age is trying to get the better of her, but on a good day, she's still quite lucid. I'm here if you need me. You got a hammer? Anybody? Our name? Warden's Estate Inc. T. Brittle, but I think this is ours now. Does our apartment key work for the mailbox? Nothing. Apartment key work for anyone else's mailbox? That'd be funny. No? Alright. What are we gonna do with the ventilation grates at some point? That's interesting. You guys just hanging out there. It's fun. Right. That's mine. The sofa is blocking the entrance. It seems to be permanently stuck. Lovely. You Victor Neff? Yeah, that's me. We got your sofa here, sir. Ready and delivered. So if you just sign the receipt right here, I'll leave it in your hands. I won't sign the receipt unless you deliver the sofa to our apartment. If you feel that we failed to live up to our end of the agreement, you're more than welcome to file a complaint with our customer assistance department, sir. Sure. How do I do that? Got their card right here. We deliver door to door like it says right here in the contract, and technically speaking, the sofa has been delivered to the door. I don't buy that for a second. I think you managed to get our sofa stuck in the doorway, and since you can't get it free, you're just gonna leave it there. Call it stuck. I say it's delivered, sir. Come on, help me out here. I've got a pregnant wife upstairs, and I can't get this free by myself. Well, I guess I could give you this complimentary crowbar. I'm sure a big guy like you will be able to pry that sofa free in no time. Provided that you sign the receipt, of course. Fine, give it here, I'll sign the damn thing, because I want the crowbar. That you see reason, sir. Here you go. You haven't heard the last of this. Signed and delivered. Personally, I consider this a job well done. I'm sure you do. How's he gonna get out? I'm tempted, but Alicia would be very upset with me. Or what, sir? Never mind. There's no way I'll get this sofa free. It's fine because I wanted the crowbar for the floorboard, so I don't care. First, we're calling in a complaint. Then we're doing the floorboard. What? Oh, do I have to read it? Son and Son moving for We Haul Ass. Customer Assistance Department. Okay. Dixon and Son. Yes. Hello. I recently hired your firm to move furniture. Hello again, Mr. Neff. What can I do for you? You're full of a mover. Managed to get our sofa stuck in the... Wait. How do you know my name? It's me, the fool of a mover. I'm still sitting here in the lobby. You're the customer assistance department? We all have to chip in during this tough economy. If you have any complaints, I'd be more than happy to hear them. Sir. No, that won't be necessary. I'm glad we could help solve your problem, sir. Bye. Hey, Snow. What, you don't like claymations? No. Look. We approach you. Slowly. Nope, 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 nope. Okay. Oh my god, I think I lagged the game out doing that. Good lord. Alright. The crowbar snapped in half. From prying open a wood... What the... What? It's not even... It is a little unsettling, Snow. Crow? What the fuck? But yeah. But in a good way. It's like, it's not as unsettling as... So, like... What's his name? Creeper dude. Tim Burton. His animation style makes me want to vomit for some reason, but this doesn't do that, so... Better. It's not even metal. Good thing I managed to get the board up before it broke. Lovely day examining holes. Is this the dream machine? I have a machine. This device seems to be where the current ends up. I have no idea what it does. The device measures the current running through it. Looks like some kind of fuse. So what? We need... Interesting. I'm just randomly hitting buttons. How are you doing today? Odd. Can't recall what a resistor does exactly. Does it increase or decrease the current running through it? Alright. Oh. Trying to get it all the way up. Alright, interesting. Starting here. Here. And then. Okay. I'm making sounds like I'm knowing what I'm doing, but I'm pretending quite heavily. Oh, that sounds like a good idea. What I'll do. Huh. Right. That sound is like so grating. want it to run... way... and this way... and then... we've got that... wait, which side is that? I think this side... ah, okay. That seems to have overloaded the fuse. It's probably designed to blow before anything else can happen. Maybe I can bypass it somehow. It's useless now, throw it away. Okay. You got any fuses? No? Okay. Why do you have, like, your dad's alarm clock? Hey, you got any fuses? No? Fine. Hey, honey. Got any fuses? Alicia? Got any fuses? Hey. Do you want anything, my love? I found a strange... what was your dream about? We're gonna do that. You really want to hear it? Not really, because... well... it's just a bit graphic, considering that you just ate. I've read about pregnancy dreams. I think I can take it. Are you studying up on pregnancy? And of course, I want to share what you're going through as much as I can. You just might make a good father after all. Anyway, I dreamt I was on a luxury cruise through the Mediterranean. I was on the deck, in a fold-out chair being served umbrella drinks. You've dreamt that before, haven't you? Yes, it's a recurring dream. It'll haunt me until the day you buy us that luxury cruise. Haunt us both, then. Anyway, I was sipping my drink on the sun deck when I heard the sound of running water. So I looked around for the source when I noticed the water came from me. You dreamt your water broke? That's what I thought, but after a while it was pouring out of me like a spring flood. Dreaming about water is pretty common during pregnancy, after what I've read. What happened then? So I'm sitting there, feeling embarrassed in front of the other passengers. I remember trying to cover up my lady bits with a towel, but by this point it's gushing out of me, basically, so it's not like the towel is doing any good. I'm sitting there, smiling apologetically to the crowd around me when I hear a sound, like a cork popping out of a champagne bottle. When I look down between my legs, this fully dressed little man shoots out of me and flops down onto the deck. Some of the people from the crowd help him up. I see who it is, the caretaker from last night. He gets up, brushes the water from his coat, looks at my private parts and casually says, "That's the most interesting entryway to date. I'll have to make a note of it in my journal." So what, he's jumping into their dreams? The dream machine, I'm assuming? Interesting. Alright. He sounds more like a professor than a caretaker. Yeah, there was something dryly academic about him. He's just old, Alicia. They're all a bit dry. Then what? That's when I woke up. What an odd thing to say. And does entryway mean he's going to come back at some point? Sounds like he made quite an impression. I thought he seemed nice last night, but dreaming this... Yeah, I can see how it would be weird seeing him again after that. I'll get over it, I just need a little time. Oh, no. Jesus Christ. Anyway, there's some weird shit going on. They got the sofa stuck. Stuck? Permanently? Looks pretty bad. We might have to chop it up, I'm afraid. Surely they'll reimburse us, right? Would get my hopes up. They run a pretty shoddy operation. We'll see about that. Oh, shit. Pregnant lady gonna beat him up. I found a strange device under the floorboards. What are you trying to do? What? What are you trying to do? That's a really weird response to that. I managed to overload the circuit, but that only made the fuse blow. Can you replace it with something? I guess, but I don't know what. I came here to ask you if you had any fuses just, hanging out in your pocket. Maybe something conductive that won't blow if overloaded. Guess I could try that. Well, you got anything like that, Alicia? Huh? Huh? Alright. Fine. We got this fucking... I'll just put the apartment key in there, that's fine. We'll just use the apartment key, because that's... Okay. Still hot. These old stoves take quite a while to cool off. Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna go try shoving the apartment key in it, which would be ridiculous. I'm suddenly really hungry. Seems to have been too much power for the machine to handle. It's completely burned out. I wonder what it operated. Oh my. Oh no. What was that? Thought I heard some kind of noise. Oh, just Morton. He's just been watching us at night. I don't know, really. I did what the note said and found a circuit under the floorboard. Hey, hi, just me. After I tampered with the circuit, the painting flew up. What's behind the painting, then? It's a fucking video camera, Alicia. We can see it from here. Good grief. I'm not sure. Victor. Victor? Oh. So what is it? Well, we're gonna say this the most dramatic way possible. Somebody put a camera behind the painting, pointing straight at the bed. A camera? You mean somebody was peeping on us while we slept? Certainly seems that way. Who would do such a thing? I don't know. Maybe the previous tenant taped his sexual conquests. Isn't the setup a bit elaborate for that? And why would he leave a note leading us to the camera? It doesn't make sense. Whatever, Mr. Morton is my prime suspect. I was just about to say that. He does seem the likely culprit. After all, he had free access to the apartment, and if it was Mr. Morton, that means he found the note left by the previous tenant and tried to destroy it. That makes sense. I told you I got a creepy vibe from that guy. It has to be Morton. He's trying to fulfill some kind of perverted fantasy peeping on us. I feel so violated, Victor. I think we could call the police immediately. What do you think? I'm just gonna go down and make sure he doesn't destroy any evidence. By now he's probably noticed what we've discovered, that we've discovered what he's up to. I'll just go down and keep an eye on him until the police gets here. Sounds like a good idea. We have to make sure he doesn't get away with this. I'll call the police in the meantime. Right. I just realized I am starving. Good lord. Okay. Let's go talk to Morton. Oh, excuse me, Alicia. I've got to go outside. Anyone want to go see if, let's talk to Edie, maybe? Just a moment, dear. I'll be right with you. Got anything else to say? Hello again, Mr. Neff. Look at this old lady. I just discovered a surveillance camera in our bedroom. A camera, you say? It was hidden behind a panel in the bedroom. I don't mean to throw accusations around, but you think Mr. Morton's behind it, don't you? Don't call an old lady a what? You think Mr. Morton's behind it, don't you? He does seem like the most likely culprit given the circumstances. Agreed. I always knew there was something wrong with him. But this is far more sinister than I could ever imagine. My wife is calling the police right now. They'll hopefully be here soon. I just wanted to give you advanced warning. Casey's installed cameras in your apartment too. I appreciate that, Victor. I'll start looking as soon as my guests leave. I'm just gonna ask this. My sofa's stuck in the entrance. Could you help me get it free? I'm afraid I'm a bit too old for that sort of thing. A stunt like that would likely kill me. I was afraid you'd say that. That's all, ma'am. See you later then, Edie. Goodbye, dear. Alright, let's go upstairs, see if the other neighbors are home yet, or awake. Hello? Alright, they're not. Let's go. I like that the jazz is still playing. Can I? Locked from within and won't budge. Door's locked. Peek through the keyhole. I can see a gramophone on the far side of the room. I hear him moving in there. I have to get in to make sure he doesn't tamper with the evidence linking him to the camera. When I go back upstairs to know, I'll have him look in the mirror just for you. Listen to door. Strange music is playing on the other side of this door. It's not that strange. Door's locked. Force the door open. I'll dislocate my shoulder doing that. There's got to be another way in. Are we gonna climb through the grates? That's what's about to happen. Coat hanger. You're just still hanging out here. Mr. Morton passed through here. Oh? Mr. Morton, an elderly, shifty-looking fellow. The sofa's still blocking the entrance, sir. Nobody's coming in or out of this place. I want to know. Let me check the mail, just in case. I mean, I doubt there's anything since students are in here, but, you know. Alright. Let's pick the lock with the coat hanger, I guess. Can I... oh, wait, what did he say? I'm hung enough already. Thank you very much. Well, Victor. I don't know how to pick locks. A coat hanger wouldn't be the right tool anyway. Merp. Okay, well, that was the end of chapter 1. Are we gonna save? Mr. Morton? I know you're in here. We found your camera. My wife's upstairs calling the police. They'll be here any minute. Chapter 2. The little man who wasn't there. Okay. Well, I guess you're not gonna get to see it today, Snow, because I was only gonna do one more chapter because I won't be able to finish another chapter in 30 minutes, and I was gonna end at 8. So, I, will see you all at a time. That's how my life is right now. I will see you at a time that I don't know. So, thank you all for hung enough already. But yeah, so I'm done. Thanks everybody for stepping out. I got the Discord and the YouTube, as the people say. And yeah, I'll see most of you around, but in specifically terms of seeing you in this particular situation, a time. Anyway, I had fun. I'm enjoying this so far, so I will see you next time. Bye. the pretzel, whatever, so that I'm not violating things. But why? I'm just like, I'm about to give up and just start using the music that I want to use again. Anyway, actual goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye.